really clean. And I got to say, I'm really impressed with how he did that. That really goes to show you that SOS is just a more developed player. Now, I'm wondering, between Ruin and Panic, if they have to face off against each other, do you feel like there's as much of a difference? Ruin maybe slightly better?
Yeah, that's my general feel. But Panic isn't a player that I pay too much attention to, whereas Ruin has really gotten on my radar recently. I would give the edge to Ruin, but you know what? It's PvP. We'll see.
I'm wondering if Ruin's actually going to do a normal build this time. SOS, he got into the late game so comfortably and so far ahead. Even the army spreading and the way he engaged was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, when you saw how much up SOS was in that battle compared to Ruin, it was really something to be impressed by.
Yeah, it was. He did it just right. It was so well done.
When you're Ruin and you lose a game like that, that's like probably one of the most crushing kind of losses. Because you basically lose a game like that, you say, I don't even know what I did wrong. I don't even get it. Do I not understand this game? What's going on?
Yeah, it can be rough, man, but SOS showing such strength. Ruin has chosen Frost here, which is a 4-player map, which means a little bit more luck involved. Like, who scouts who first?
Right.
What tech do you choose? Because that, a lot of times you're actually just not going to have intel.
And now we are going to go into that second game here. Ruin is down 1 game. If SOS wins, this is going to be a 2-0. If he loses, we're going to go to the rubber match. I'm Tasteless, with me is Artosis, and this is the GSL Code S.
Ruin versus SOS.
Okay. First thing I really want to see is just who scouts who first.
Yeah, what direction they scout.
And there's a lot of reasons why you could choose a map like this.
Let's talk about that for a second. So with Protoss, let's take Terrence, for instance, which you wall in very quickly in some cases, or you can stop a scout because the Zealot comes out first here for Protoss. There's not much you can do to stop from being scouted early, but if you end up scouting them in the last possible spot, so the 3rd spot you scout, there's a chance they're just going to get less intel, right?
Yeah.
Or get intel later, and that's one of the key things.
It certainly is. Here. And, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can play because of that. And, you know, within that, like, for instance, you can go for a fast expansion. It's going to be harder to get proxied. You can actually just scout later because you assume that they're not going to proxy on a 4-player map. You know, there's a lot of different variations as to how to play this now.
It looks like SOS is going southbound now, the bottom left. And now the question is, which way will Ruin's probe go?
I think he's probably going to go top left.
Yep, looks like they're both going to scout each other right away.
And that's actually, I prefer it that way by far. It's sometimes depressing if you see one player scout the other right away and then that first player doesn't scout his opponent. It's like you're at a detriment no matter how you look at it. You have way more intel than they do because you happen to choose to send your probe in the right direction.
And from here, they both now have spotted each other. Cybernetics cores are on the way. When those cybernetics cores are done, depending on how many stalkers they want to bring out, we'll have a very good idea of what their plans are from here.
Are we going to see any fast expands? Are we going to see any rush builds here? We're going to see in just a second. Neither player adding second gates. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it really looks like they're both going to go fast expand, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably both go Stargate after that. But because they probably will go Stargate after that, one of them might go blank.
Let's see if that actually happens.
Of course, there's always that circle where you're like, well, my opponent might go blink because it looks like I should go Stargate, so I'll go Robo.
It's a tactical wheel.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. It's like any build can do okay against the other ones, but...
Now, here it looks like, again, we're going to have just a little bit more downtime. As they're both, so far it looks like they're just doing the same builds.
Indeed, and there we go. SOS actually going to throw down his Twilight right away. Okay.
All right, so in fact, what it looked like SOS was going to do was going to do a fast expansion build. Now it might be something different here.
Indeed.
He's going to go possibly for quick blink and try to punish Ruin, who's fast expanding. By the way, that Mothership Core turns around immediately after spotting the Nexus.
That's a gigantic amount of intel, right?
Yep.
From here,
look at this. He's got the Stalker. Let's see. He's going to drive him away.
If he sees nothing there, I think that he just throws down a Twilight, and he's in great shape.
We don't know. Did he actually see?
Yeah, I think he's Mothership Core didn't see that there was no Nexus for Ruin, because SOS definitely saw, and Ruin's actually throwing down a Robo. Okay, so I mean a Robo is fine. You can go for Robotech. One of my favorite builds, which is a much older build, is for you to actually go for Twilight after you go for this fast expansion. Of course, it's very popular to go for the Stargate.
Oh,
and
wow.
Oh.
It's proxied Stargate here from SOS.
So he's going Blink plus Stargate? Okay. Cool.
It's interesting. I like the placement because with these two starting locations both hugging the left, the odds of him flying over that are just so low that he could be completely caught off guard by the Stargate.
Yeah, I would say it would, because he keeps getting scouted. And if I'm scouting this over and over, there's no way I think there's proxy Stargate to go with it. Why would you go for Stargate plus Blink on 3 gates?
Now, since he's getting Immortals to defend here, would he get Phoenixes just to pick up the Immortals and then let the Stalkers do the damage? Wait, no, it's on Oracle?
Yeah, he's getting an Oracle first. I really wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he could do that. As long as he sees that it's actually a Robo, like you can go Void Ray as well. That's definitely a possibility. Void Ray does fine, because your opponent's going to be a little bit low on Stalkers overall. But yeah, this is it's a different choice from SOS, and this is what we were talking about. He definitely has his own way of playing things quite often. Even though last game was like a perfectly standard one, this one I would definitely say is not. And in fact, behind this Oracle, Nexus and then Robo.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He's at the blink away from that, barely not losing anything. But in a way, with the Oracle coming in here now, he can do a lot of damage to these probes. Let's see how effective this actually is. I mean, we have Stalkers trying to engage the pylon, while the Oracle comes in here now, getting a lot of kills.
And it's the last thing you would expect right now as an Oracle come in. He already used his Nexus Cannon up on the natural Nexus. All his units were out chasing around the Blink Stalkers, and now 5 probes, 6 probes, 7 probes killed by this Oracle, plus lost mining time. And Ruin is now down in probes against his opponent.
Yeah, that Nexus about to finish, by the way, here for SOS. Really, SOS evening out the playing field. Good defense, though, by Ruin here.
He's so cool, man. SOS is such a cool player.
I could really watch this guy play Protoss all day, actually.
Seriously.
He's so good.
He makes me want to go play StarCraft right now, because like moves like this, and the thing is he has a Robo at home too. Like he made 5 Blink Stalkers. That was his strat.
Oh, he's going to blink up here into the main.
Wow.
This is such a cool strat. Oh, look at this. He's going to try to bait out Stalkers over here.
He wants him to follow. And, well, there's the Stalkers here, but the thing is he'll kill these Stalkers because his Stalkers have Blink. And now he's even bringing in the Oracle. He could use that to help mix it up as well.
No, a smart move here. He's going to... No? Okay, he is going to go ahead and leave here.
Loses a Stalker, but...
Looks like he wanted to get one of those sentries maybe before he left.
Right now, they're within 1 probe of each other. And also, SOS has 3 tech routes. He's basically keeping Ruin on the defensive. Ruin's getting a much later blink. Ruin is not able to make Immortals right now, while SOS is. This is some pretty wicked harass, man. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of damage he's been doing. Oh!
Finally does get it. But you're right.
No, I mean, that was some pretty nasty harass there.
10 probes killed.
Yeah, and don't forget about the Stalkers, the few that he gunned down there.
Yeah.
The lost mining time. I mean, this all begins to add up. And I mean, considering the last game that we saw with Rain and SOS was a very textbook game where SOS just put the building blocks together in an order that was much, much, much better. This game with SOS doing a lot of damage early on and really outmaneuvering Ruin, I can't imagine this is going to be a game where Ruin actually, regroups and it turns us around into a comeback, you know?
It feels like SOS is just kind of outplaying him here.
Yeah, I don't think it feels like. I think he is outplaying him here.
Yeah, to be fair, with the lateness of his expand, they're actually pretty even right now. They have the same amount of probes. Their army supply is very similar. What SOS really has a lead in is tech, and that's pretty reasonable, right? He's getting his Templar Archives. He's already getting Charge while Blink isn't quite done for Ruin, and in fact, he doesn't even really need Blink.
You know, what I wonder is here, I feel like the possible Zealot Archon timing here, attack here from SOS might just wipe Ruin out. Now, Ruin's third is actually far away here. Same with SOS, it's just due to the way the map's shaped. But
well, SOS is grabbing his third right now. But yeah, he's getting that +2. We're going to see kind of a similar move out as we saw before from him, I do believe, Tasis. But damn, SOS, you're good.
Why so handsome?
Well, all right, so both players getting these third bases.
Archon's now starting here for SOS, as well as the additional gates here. Now here's the big gateway explosion here for Ruin. That's a lot of gates, by the way.
See, he's looking at what happened in the last game, and he's saying this isn't happening
Not
again.
this time.
Yeah, he's like, oh wait, did he? Oh God, you know what just happened?
What?
Okay, so he canceled that Nexus. Sorry guys, we don't have a preview screen anymore.
Yeah, we don't actually. We're seeing only what you guys at home are seeing. So normally we have one in-game computer we kind of move around, but this is not the case this season. So
he made the quicker third, and then he canceled for some reason or another, and added all those gates. I think he was completely afraid of the same attack, but SOS's third is now going to be quicker as well.
So SOS doesn't even have to engage here.
Yeah, he doesn't. He may, because he has like a bigger army right now, but like he does not absolutely have to, because he is going to have a quicker economy as well. And the thing is, his +2 is going to finish. And +2 against +1 is a big difference when you have so many Archons, Zealots, and Immortals.
All right, tears down those rocks.
Kind of a hard choke point to go through.
Yeah, both players spreading their armies out here.
If you try to go up into that and a Time Warp comes down, you're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a good Time Warp right there, but those pylons really messing up Zealot Charge. Some good Time Warps coming down here from Ruin. He has quite a few Immortals and a huge string of Zealot
and
Warpings.
Actually out-angling SOS here.
Yeah.
SOS does have reinforcements coming in here now. The Archons, though, 3 a number right now for SOS, just tearing through these Zealots. We have the slow-mo to Immortals in the back here for oh my God, is SOS just going to win this? Well, we have
he
more.
may. His
He
4
has that
Immortals
one
are still
Archon.
alive.
He needs to keep that Archon alive to take out the additional Zealots that are coming through here. But with the 4 Immortals, yeah, I mean, Stalkers are going to be completely impotent.
Yeah,
the
SOS
Immortals are just really good. Okay, GG.
SOS outplaying his opponent there for sure. Ruin did a lot of things better that game, I think.
It was definitely an improvement from his last game, but it wasn't enough to overcome the force that is SOS.
Yeah, SOS just really well done. He gets that +2 attack. He gets a little bit more army by getting his gates out quicker. Really great play by SOS overall. If he doesn't come out of this group, it's weird. Something weird happened.
Ruin in ruins here.
Yes.
I mean, you know what? That's a series that we both experienced this, especially in a mirror matchup. That hurts. I mean, that really hurts to lose like that, because I wouldn't say Ruin did a ton of things wrong. It's just that SOS does like everything right. So that's psychologically pretty debilitating.
It
to
is.
Experience a loss
And
that
it's tricky as well.
Games that look like that.
The Oracle coming from the side, was he ever going to expect that? I don't think so, man. Just really great play by SOS. He predicted everything very well, controlled everything very well, great attack. No complaints from me on that Protoss.
No, that was an S-class game there from SOS. Our next match is going to be the winner's match, a ZVP between Sue and SOS. That'll be very difficult for us to get those IDs out correctly. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this short break.
I've got a one track